You're listening to the Beer Craft Homebrewing Podcast. Tune in every Wednesday night at 6:30 Pacific for a dose of beer and brewing banter with your hosts, Ben Holm and Andrew Ziegler.
So hop aboard for a little wit and wisdom in the Pacific Northwest, because it's always Beer 30 on
The Beer Craft. Welcome back to the Beer Craft Homebrewing Podcast. It must be a Wednesday night.
It is that, Ben.
Because I'm staring at a stack of beer and a whole host of microphones.
And it's getting warm.
Yeah, it's getting hot in her. Something about all this equipment running around here.
That's right. Warming up my beers.
Yeah, it's time to
It's going to be warmer than my belly.
We've been sitting here doing dealing with technical difficulties, re-recording an intro, and it's taken us too long. And our beer is getting a little bit warmer.
Yeah, I know. I was doing my beer news. I swear, it took 25 minutes to record a 5-minute segment. Yeah,
that sounds about right. I think by the time you write it all and then record it and then edit,
I wrote
upload
it. That was a little bit more than
it feels
than
like a 10 to 1, 10 to 1 ratio.
At least.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thirsty.
I am too. We've got some beers today. We got to get a little inspiration because we're still doing our homework.
We are.
We've got a couple more holes to fill for the new menu for Northwest Brewers Supply. So I think we're just gonna roll with that. This is goddamn part 3 or something. We're just sitting here yak about beer and try to put our heads together and come up with something cool. So in order to do that,
you know what time it is then?
Yeah, it's we got to do a little beer 30. Beer 30 time.
It's Beer 30.
I brought a couple of beers. What
did you bring us?
I got a Hefeweizen and a West Coast pale. So we should probably start with the short can, the Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen. Yes.
This one's
Miner's Gold.
Miner's Gold. Yeah, Hefeweizen. These guys are out.
Lewis and Clark Brewing.
Yeah,
that's a cool
Montana. Helena, Montana.
Cool. Oh, only in Montana, of course.
Yeah.
You need help with that over there?
I think I can manage it.
It is only 12 ounces today.
Well, that's I got some extra room in the glass.
You have a thumb. You use your thumb, right? You use your thumb to judge where your glass goes.
I'm not that blind.
I mean, I'm prepared.
It's the depth perception game. Like, is it getting to the top? It's hard to tell with the lights, studio lights on. I mean, we're not set up for video recordings, folks. So we got, we try to keep it dim and easy, a little easy on the eyes here.
It's good. I put a new LED in for my office.
Yeah,
it's nice for the office, but if it's glaring in your eyes, man.
Yeah, I was doing some storyboarding for a video segment we're going to shoot for the shop, and I was doing my homework, and man, the house, I was sitting next to the window, but, diffuse lighting from the house and this cool light, chandelier over the dining room table where I was working. And I couldn't see anything. I went and grabbed my headlamp and put that thing on, and holy crap, it's nice to be able to see shit. What I was reading. I was like, man, my eyes were hurting. My eye was hurting.
Your eye was hurting.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I get a little tired at the end of the day, and
then it gets darker at the end of the day.
Darker,
and you can't see anything.
Yeah. And
you know why my house is so clean?
Somebody cleaned it.
No, because I can't see how dirty it is.
Give it that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dust.
This getting dark at stupid o'clock in the afternoon is
dark, dirty.
Well,
cheers, Ben.
Beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Drink some beer. It's pretty clear for a half. I didn't shake mine up or anything.
Yeah. It's almost like it only has a little chill haze in it, and not really the suspended proteins from the wheat. I don't know, or even some of the
and I'm not
yeast
even getting I'm not getting a huge ester or phenol profile.
Nope, it's American style.
Okay, so it's
American style
a clean,
wheat ale.
Yeah.
So it's saying it's a Hefeweizen, but I think it's American style wheat ale is
right.
It's going to be similar to a Crystal Weizen ish. It's not.
I mean, it's certainly it's certainly not hazy like a Hef.
Right.
That bears its name,
but it's not super crystal either.
No.
Yeah.
It's right. Can't say it's crystal, but as far as Hefeweizen, the wheat, an clean American wheat strain. I got a little nutty profile going on. Yep. It's not object. Little sulfur
after a hard day's work,
right?
Yeah,
digging in the mine.
We worked hard today, digging in the mines.
My buddy's
that's hard work.
My buddy's was a Montana gold miner.
Colleague at my work is. And they go out to Oregon and Idaho, I think, and go mining.
Yeah, Jake transferred to Nevada.
Yeah.
So there's a mine down there he's working on. He was Republic.
Big
yeah.
mine.
He was out in Republic, and then he went in Missoula.
Now these are just like
goof off miners. Yeah. Panning for gold or whatever.
Strip miners, but they use that thing that sluice, something like that.
Yeah, it's fun. No, he's the big time. Like, he was underground miner. He prefers the underground to the strip mine, both for like just quality of work. You know, it's more fun to blow shit up. He got to run the deck cord, and he got to push the button, and he got to set charges and do all the cool
blow
shit.
Up underground.
And then blow up the face.
Blows up underground.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, it's pretty good. The strip mining, like, you're out in the day. Like, I mean, you get to blow stuff up. It's impressive, like dust cloud and all that crap. But definitely, he definitely likes working.
Digging a big hole in the ground.
The ecological impact of it.
But heck, man, dude, I would get so claustrophobic if I was down in one of those gold mines, mine shaft. Oh, no way. I see some of those. What are they, splunkers or? Where they go down in these little tiny crevices, and all of a sudden they get to where it's like opens up into a huge room, and they're like, "Oh, this is so beautiful." I'm like, "No, I would have died."
You're still stuck there forever, fucker. Yeah.
How you gonna get back?
Right.
Oh, they go back, and they get back like their toe at a time. You know, they go backwards. That's weird.
Yeah. There's some weird ones. Yeah, I'd not my bag. I remember we've probably talked about it, but remember like the underground divers, like the sunken tunnels with your scuba tank.
Oh yeah!
That.
Oh!
Yeah, like you're one snag on a million-year-old razor sharp rock,
right?
And there goes your O2 supply, fucker. Jesus
you just
Christ.
get caught or stuck. Bam, you're done.
No way. So done.
Well, that's an easy death. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're in a cave and you're way down inside the cave, I mean, it's going to take you how many days? 5, 7 days, 3 days.
There's some big,
2.5 days of that water.
There's some intricate ass mine. Shafts.
So you're down there. You're down there for 3.5 days suffering. Where if you're down in a scuba in a scuba gear and
you only got 30 minutes.
You got 30 minutes and you're done. Done.
I don't know how much air is in one of those damn tanks, but like it ain't days, folks.
Nope, 45 minutes max. I mean, that's if you're low. But once you go down in there, if you're at 80 feet, 100 feet down in.
When we went to Mexico, we went into the cenotes and we're swimming in that.
Dude, I'd love to go swimming.
It was
in the
gorgeous,
cenotes.
and then we got to do snorkel up, and we're gonna take you over here, and you're gonna stay on the path, and do what I do, and kind of thing.
I got my certification for diving.
Yeah.
I used to dive. Did a couple wrecks and dive on the walls. Went to Cane Bay, which is really cool. Cane Bay in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. It's amazing. It's like a 1,600 foot trench, and the wall just goes straight down. And after like 100 feet, it's just straight down, and all the flora and all the
getting into some weird
sponges.
shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had this one huge turtle come down and just come up and look me in the eye. What are you doing? Just kind of floated away.
Second time I went snorkeling, I turned around and there was a green sea turtle right there, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this fucking thing is huge.
Yeah.
And I turned around to try to tell my family, who was right off my left shoulder, all about it. Of course, underwater, it all sounds like nothing. And I turned around, and the fucker was gone. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I kicked him with my fin accidentally.
You probably just ducked down behind somewhere.
Yeah, man, that thing is huge.
Yeah. I've seen stingrays. I mean, you'll go down and you'll start getting close to a stingray, and I've seen these stingrays, as soon as they see you, they just dart. I'm just, they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I've seen octopus, like, just rolling across the bottom and just changing colors for whatever he got next to.
Oh,
just
sure.
Like that color change is like, whoa.
They're pretty cool.
They are badass.
I like. I've snorkeling in Hawaii. I've seen the official state fish of Hawaii, the huma huma nuku nuku apua'a.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
How'd you pronounce that when you're underwater?
Well, funny thing is, like, when we went diving, the reef lifeguard or whatever, reef guide, was like, yeah, if you hold really still, the fish will come up to you. It's pretty cool. So I did that. I'm like staring at this reef fish, the huma huma nuku nuku apua'a, and it's coming towards me. I'm like, that bitch was right. She's fucking, this is cool. It's coming right toward me and bit me on the finger. Turns out, did not know, no warning label on this one. We were there during the mating season, and they get a little territorial. And this fucking thing has a beak, and it eats coral, which is not soft.
Oh, right.
It bites it off. It bit my fucking finger, and red mist.
You might be lucky you have that nail still.
It was just a warning shot. But there's red mist. I'm like, son of a bitch, bit me. And I turn around to tell my
I'm a tourist here.
Yeah, like fucker,
I'm feeding you,
paying the bill. I turn around and I'm like, motherfucker bit me through a snorkel. At my family whose heads are bobbing real, slow next to me, and they turn up and they look at me, and I'm like, fucking bit me. And of course the snorkel's up here, and all of that sounds like I'm laughing, having a great fucking time. Meanwhile, I'm freaking out. This goddamn fish just bit me. This is a little too much goddamn nature now. And they're like, oh, Dad's
especially when it involves your blood.
Dad's having fun over there.
Look at him.
Yeah. He sure is. He sure is enjoying himself. Good. Useless creatures they are.
I remember scuba diving at night, and we were over by this pier. We were probably 30 feet of water, so we were down at the bottom of it. And probably about the 15 deep level, 5-6 foot barracuda.
Oh yeah,
just cruising through. I've seen a few of them. Yeah,
I've only been.
They could be dangerous.
I've only been snorkeling at night. We did the manta ray dive one time.
Yeah, manta rays are awesome.
Pontoon with a big fucking light on it. Man, yeah, those things are huge.
Yeah, they are. They're like, their heads are like 8 inches thick.
Yeah,
and then they just go out.
They're pretty bright.
Yeah, 6-7 foot wingspans.
Smart critter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. My child would not jump in the water there. Not a fantastic swimmer, and then jumping off a boat at night, and the water looks cold, and I don't fucking my youngest has never liked getting their face wet. In the shower.
I took all 3 of my kids down to the Florida Keys, and we went out on a boat, and they took us out to it's probably 20 foot, just out, I don't know how far, a couple miles, and then they kind of they anchor, and then you're out this it's not an island, but it's kind of like an island because it's about 20 feet deep, and then you can go snorkel, and there's all kinds of fish down there. And my kids are young; they're probably 4, 5, and 6, and I'm like, all right, kid. I'm like, who wants to go? All right, jump. Here's your goggles. Here's your snorkel. Hold your breath and hold around. Get on my back and hold around my neck, and I'll go take you down, and we'll go look everywhere. And we're gonna last about 30 seconds or 40 seconds, and then when you need air, just tug on me. And then squeeze, and I'll come back up. And so we'd do that, and they'd tug on me. I'll be like, okay, right back up. We'd both breathe and shoo right back down.
Yeah.
And then it was so cool. It was so cool. It was super fun. They loved it, and that helped them to not be afraid, and to understand that they can do it.
Yeah, our youngest liked being in the water. Snorkeling was great during the daytime. The water's warm. The fish are cool. Couldn't keep the kid out of the water to do that. The nighttime one, go on the boat, and it's not like we went out 5 minutes from shore. Just you can still see the lights on the shore.
You were out in the dark. Where
it was
couldn't see
dark.
Nothing.
Yeah, it was pretty dark. I mean, we're hanging out, floating on a pontoon kind of thing, and it's got a big UV light on it.
Right. So you can see them all down there.
Well, more than that, it attracts the plankton. The UV light attracts the plankton, and then the manta rays come up to eat and they eat upside down, so they'll come up.
Oh wow, yeah, because their mouth is right at the bottom.
Yeah, and they'll belly towards the light and just open this mouth and so you're staring down the gullet of this dang thing. It's coming straight at your head, and I'm like, it's gonna it fits right in there. And it's don't touch the manta ray. They have mucus, but if they touch you, it's okay. This thing freaking slapped me across the face and dislodged my mask a little bit.
Mucus?
Nah, I was it was fine, a little snot, whatever.
Snot.
It was cold. My nose was already running, so I just shared.
I didn't touch any of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch them.
Well, what do you think? We finish this beer up. I'm almost out, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about some beer.
We have what are we going to talk about? We got amber.
Well, I think we're gonna do an amber. Yeah,
and an ice cold IPA.
We might get to that.
What is it called?
Cold IPA
Cold
or an IPL
IPA.
or
IPL. That would be an
India Pale Lager,
which
was never really a popular title. So now Cold IPA is the new version of
that's kind of seems even worse to me. IPL is okay. India Pale Lager. That's okay. Whatever.
Cold IPA. Yeah, I'll have one of those.
Hoppy lager.
Yeah, they're all silly. But we're going to take a little break, pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
Be right back.
Lieutenant Dickens arrived on the scene of a reported MEA, or otherwise known as a meat eruption accident. Surely SBU dispatcher had the address wrong as he pulled into the driveway of his own home. In the homebrewing system, fermentation problems are considered particularly grievous. In Burlington, the dedicated brewers who investigate these problem ferments are members of an elite squad known as the Special Brewers Unit. These were their stories presented by Northwest Brewers Supply.
Welcome back to the Beercraft Homebrewing Podcast. I think that's kind of the name we're settling on.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
We'll see if we'll see who hates that. And if we get
number two,
sued,
stand up.
Somebody, number two, stand up to sue me.
That's right.
But speaking of number two, I'm on my second beer.
Oh, I'm not. I haven't got there.
You're a slacker.
I'm getting there.
Today we got another one from Living House today. This is we drank their Connie last time. This which is a fresh hop something. This is Colin, which is another fresh hop West Coast IPA.
I like the names that they do.
Connie,
like
and Colin.
Yeah.
I like this one's got like fish on the can, kind of a.
I know Colin.
You know a Colin?
Yeah. Shout out to Colin 200.
Colin 200.
Yep.
Sounds like
he's my buddy.
Sounds like a URL.
So I forgot to...
Is that his OnlyFans account handle?
Yeah. I forgot to ask something, or talk about something on Beer 30 that I kind of wanted to...
well, you better do it quick, because...
we've got time. You know us. We're always screwing around. So this weekend is Cider Fest coming up, so I wanted to kind of walk through what I did. I bottled one competition entry from the still dry cider of my apples and my blackberries.
Were those apples you got from like Bellwood?
No, they were apples from the neighborhood.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Our neighborhood,
yeah, that's right.
pressing.
Scott's got a crusher.
Okay,
right.
yep. So I pulled off my two bottles from my original dry version, and then now we talked about this before. I'm going to add my juice. So I put more blackberries in a strainer, strain them through, let them sit. I had this huge Ziploc bag where I was able to put my entire container in and then get it in the fridge, so it doesn't get any air, and then it sift through and it got some beautiful juice. Nice. So before I did the juice, I did a Camden tablet and my potassium sorbate. I believe that's what it was.
Oh, so that's right. You're trying to stabilize your cider, so juice and sweetener.
Right.
Yeah.
Camden will stop it. Then the potassium sorbate
keeps it that way.
Will keep it that way.
Yeah.
I put them both in at the same time, and I did what you said, where I did a pestle and smushed them up. I don't know if I got all of it crushed up enough because I still had some little floaties on the top.
Yeah,
which
it's kind of a thing with
for.
Camden tablets.
Is that the Camden?
Yeah, it's it's the pelletizing agent, whatever they use to hold all of the stuff together.
Yeah. Now, how do I get rid of that?
It will settle out.
It will.
Yeah. It's just slow, and that's kind of my thing too. Usually, by the time I've gotten to Camden or when I want to stabilize, I have already clarified my product. And so that really feels like a step in the wrong direction. It will be fine. It'll settle out.
Right. Now, do I want to...
It's just like a visually God damn it.
I have peptic enzyme, but I mean,
not a lot of...
my cider looks really clear at this point, yeah.
The bit of juice that you added from the the blackberries... I
think I added
the cell structure is made out of pectins.
Okay, so I didn't add any cell structures.
Well, you don't with blackberry. There's not a ton,
right?
It's
I froze them.
It's mostly juice.
You'll
probably be okay. if it's a little hazy and you want to faff with it, cool. If
I don't think
otherwise
it's going to be that big of a deal.
It's like it was like so the beer you're drinking, the Hefeweizen, slightly clearer than a Hefeweizen,
right.
slightly hazy for a Crystal Weiss. Like, I still drank it. It's still beer flavored beer.
So I'm not going to worry about the pectic enzyme.
Now,
to do
was that for the competition though?
This one's for the competition. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and the center, the middle of my volume, it's clear and nothing's in there, so I can pull out. I can pull out of the middle.
Yeah.
For my other two, and then I can continue to bottle the rest.
So when's the evaluation?
On Saturday.
Okay.
So
fun thing I do when I do send a bottle away for competition, I always make myself. I always bottle myself a few of those batches at the same time, so that I'm drinking the same thing they're drinking. Right? If I've gone through all the packaging process and carbonation,
but it's too late now.
I want to drink. I'm going to drink it on the same day that the judges are, and I'm going to see how did it turn out? Did I just shit the bed with carbonation profile, or did I cloud it up? Was it did something else get in there on bottling day? I kind of want to know that. So I'll always if I got to send in 3 bottles, I'll probably bottle 6.
Okay.
And send the best 3 looking ones if they're all I'm always shooting for like an even headspace, so your bottling one's doing a lot of heavy lifting for that. But I send them the prettiest looking bottles, and then I definitely drink them on whatever the judging day is, so that so at least I get an idea of.
We'll all be there presenting my bottles on the same day they're going to be judging.
There you go.
So we'll know by that afternoon.
If you have another one, put it in the car.
There you go. Yeah, I'll have some more of the juiced. I'll have more of the extra juiced ones, but I don't have any of the beginners.
So you just sent the dry cider to the show?
Not yet.
Okay,
not yet. I think I'd bring them with me.
But that's the one you're not doing the juiced version.
No, I'm going to do both.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 entries.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Do one without the new juice.
Yeah.
So one's a sweetened, one's a little sweetened.
Well, that'll be fun. Saturday. Yeah, keep me posted on that.
I will. Need to come up with some cool names.
Yeah, you do. We only got a couple days left.
I do.
Speaking of cool names, I actually have a name for the beer today. We're trying to make an amber ale. And I'm looking at my menu, and I don't have anything like screams amber. That being said, I do have a Mac and Jack's African Amber clone, which is an amber. I also have an alt beer, a Northern Germany or Dusseldorf are alt beer, and those are mahogany, light mahogany, or ruby to light mahogany. So it's
not quite the amber.
It is the amber kind of category. Yeah, nothing like. Yeah, nothing that clearly American.
Like a Mac and Jack's. Mac and Jack's is a little bit more hazy.
Hazy and hoppy, and I don't have anything so the alt beer is a little lower hop profile, something. So I need something a little mid-range, and kind of one of those classic American ambers was the steam beer, man. That
Anchor Steam?
The Anchor Steam. So we did a kind of an homage recipe for that. We called the Fidalgo Fog.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to steal that name back. I'm going to keep that name.
Fidalgo Fog.
I want to give it an update. Like I really like the Anchor Steam beer, and that's a pretty simple one. It's Pilsner malt or 2-row, and like 14 for 5 gallons, like 14 ounces of Crystal 80, and that's the entire grain bill. And it's pretty good. That the 80 Lovibond Crystal malt gives it kind of that, reddish hue.
Right, now we're going to have a different yeast profile in the steam beer
compared
to the amber.
The steam beer I really like. I still like the steam beer. Steam beer was a funny one. So everybody in 1860s to 1903, kind of pre-prohibition, if it was a lot of the West Coast breweries, everybody had a steam beer. The kind of the naming strategy, where does the steam shit come from? Ooh, there's 2 big stories, right? The steam beer.
Well, this is where
name.
IPAs transported on a steamship.
No. So, these were lager-like beers brewed in temperate environments. Generally 60, up to 68 degrees or something. Ale temperature. So. They would use possible explanation was breweries using cool ships, which are it's a long shallow fermenter that would keep kind of the thermogenic process of fermentation at bay by having a large surface area for heat to evaporate out to. So you could keep your ferment a little cooler, provided you had a clean room.
Yeah.
And so some of that, like the steam rising off the cool ship, might have been a possible explanation. The other story from history about the steam beer was they would pack these beers fairly young with a fresh, krausen into the cask, let it hang out for a couple days and ship it. And it was so highly carbonated that when they would tap it, fucker would, you would see steam coming out. Like the carbon dioxide would have to be released down to serving pressure, because some of them might have been like packaged like 40 to 70 psi.
Woo.
In a cask. Like it's up there, man. So, so venting it to serving pressure could have been the naming convention for the steam beer.
Right. Yep.
Of course, all of that would go away pretty much during Prohibition. Like it killed it as a style. Like
Damn.
nobody was producing for that 13 failure years or 16. Was it 16 years? Fucking shit.
16 years?
16, I think it's 16. Yeah. The failed experiment
for some,
right? The failed experiment that was Prohibition. And really the story picks up, like as far as the steam beer really picks up and gets traction again with Anchor Brewing in San Francisco. A struggling brewery, but an old one. So these guys, this Anchor predates Prohibition, survived barely, and came into post-Prohibition era as a really struggling brew house. Like bad batches, infection city, just everything you could imagine going wrong was going wrong.
Coming back right after Prohibition.
Yeah, yep.
Well, we say it's 16 years, right? I mean,
16 shit years. Yeah.
Everybody who was in the industry is gone.
Right.
Didn't work.
The institutional knowledge.
It had to be rebuilt.
Most brewers went on to other works.
Yeah.
By necessity of just staying.
I mean, if I was 40 years old in a brewery and then I get out
and they just banned my industry.
Yeah, I'm 56 years old.
Do something else.
I've been doing something for that long. I'm not going to go back to brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not that close. 16 years later, right now. So Anchor Steam's a struggling little brew house and is acquired by an unlikely source.
And this was in Northern California.
Yeah, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah. Bay Area.
San Francisco proper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was picked up by an unlikely source, the heir to the Maytag Empire, and that Maytag as in the appliance kings. One of the heirs, Fritz Maytag, acquired Anchor Brewing and spent a decade revamping every system. And this guy wasn't just... So part of the Maytag story was that they got really good at making machines. They did their homework. The appliances they were building, they were trying to build the best machines. Period. So he kind of take that same ethos into the brew house, and so Fritz got really obsessive about the process
brewing
and
equipment,
and he talked to as many people as he could. And not only did he do that, he shared that information with as many people as he could. So part of the thing with craft beer in its early days was, like every craft brewer, it's like, it's not your competition. That's your brother, man. Like, so,
right.
That whole notion that the rising tide raises all ships. So if one person figures out a better way to do things, share that information with everybody else.
The entire beer gets better.
The whole industry gets better.
Right.
And that's been kind of, that was kind of the story for the, micro beer movement in the,
it still happens
70s,
today.
80s, and 90s.
Still happens today.
Still is, but it's definitely not
It's a little harder.
It's
Depends
not,
on what
it's not the big
technology is.
story. Yeah, but, so Fritz Maytag that's what he did. And he's kind of like half of the reason we get to have these conversations today are because of that beer. This is one of those, like, it's funny, anchor moments for Anchor Steam.
Anchor moment.
That, you know, the developments and vocal, very vocal training of everybody you could find. And he would talk to anybody who would listen to him about making a better beer.
Right, yeah.
Made a lot of this possible today. You know, there's other you know, big moments in beer history that we can get into, but that was definitely one of the cool ones. So I really like that. We had done a beer, the Fidalgo Fog, and I wrote about the history of Anchor Brewing and Fritz Maytag and kind of all this information, and that was a lot of fun. I love the beer, but I wanted something a little more. I personally, I want a little more malt profile.
Okay, but you're gonna call it. You're gonna call it a fog. Still?
I'm gonna still call it. It's still gonna be a steam beer. It's still gonna be amber. I like Fidalgo Fog.
Okay.
Is
now
the
you
name
know
of it.
Fountain Brewing has their own hazy IPA that's called the Fog.
The Fog. Well, this is the Fidalgo Fog.
Well, I know, but like. What I'm saying is the name recognition with a beer called the Fog.
Hey, I've got one called the Mac and Jack. Yeah,
could associate with kind of the hazy style of a beer. Fog, hazy. Is this going to be hazy? Is amber's
sure.
usually not hazy?
You bring up an excellent point, though. Yeah, I see that. But then the Fog was kind of like the steam beer kind of thing.
Hey,
you know,
I think you need to maybe keep the steam beer. Maybe
we just
update the profile.
Maybe we just put the steam beer on, and then you know, something different. So let's work on. So amber.
Did you bring the steam beer recipe with you?
I can. It's 9 pounds of pale malt, 14 ounces of Crystal 80. It is ounce of Northern Brewer at 60 minutes, and I think it's another ounce at like 15 minutes, 2112 yeast. Doesn't get much simpler. Yeah.
But you want a little more malt background in there.
I want a little malt. I'm thinking about putting a little Munich in there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You don't want it too much because it's going to sweeten it up.
No, I just want a little more malt complexity.
Right, it's going to come. It's going to go with the Crystal too.
I'm a big fan of Munich. I love it. I put it in a lot of my beers.
Put that shit in everything.
The Crystal 80, I'm fine with those sort of things.
I don't put Crystal in anything.
I don't use it as much as I used to. I mean, 10 years ago, man, you couldn't get a beer without Crystal malt in it.
Right, I know that.
Amber style, interestingly, has more Crystal malt than, say, like a pale, you know, an English pale or an American pale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the style alone, and maybe that's, you know, something we should look at, is, you know, kind of what the like BJCP says about the style. But they are more Crystal malt forward than a pale ale. Structurally, there's a lot of similarities between a pale and an amber, with a notable exception being the Crystal malt. Generally speaking,
it's almost like the same exact recipe, but just you insert this or that.
Make it a little darker. Make it a little redder, right? And it'll do that. So, aroma, low to moderate hop aroma from dry hopping or late kettle additions, American hop varieties. And again, we're talking about a very American amber ale.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, like, amber
where
is
an
American.
amber ale come from?
It is kind of American thing. Yeah.
It is.
Nobody else, like, any beer that wasn't brown was a pale in the UK.
Right, and then you got the red.
You got brown.
And you got red.
Right.
Brown and red.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty simple.
browns
They're
and blacks.
brown, red, black.
Let's see. And
Wit.
so a lot of citrusy aroma is pretty common, but totally not required. Moderate low to moderately high maltiness balances and sometimes masks hop presentation. Usually shows a moderate caramel character. Esters vary from moderate to none, and absolutely no diacetyl.
No diacetyl.
So amber to coppery brown in color. Large off-white head, good head retention.
Coppery brown.
Generally clear. Yeah, and
I tend to like them a little more.
I like the red
reddy
versions a little bit.
Rubier,
I tend towards that as well. And kind of my classic red ale without like getting crazy with it, like a pound of Crystal 80 and 2 ounces of roast malt. Poof, it's a red beer.
Sounds good.
That's what we do for the Irish red.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I could do the same thing with a little Munich, give it a little more depth and complexity. I could do something very similar.
I've tried a lot of things with the amber ale, but it wasn't ever my favorite beer, so it wasn't my go-to. I didn't ever.
It's a tough style for me, and I think I've talked about it. I remember we did the show with
Mark.
No, it was with Farmstrong, Alex from Farmstrong, and talking about an amber, like so many of them are just like it's a fucking beer that happens to be red. It's just like beer flavored and red,
right?
And those
amber.
Those do not thrill me either. Like low malt backbone, moderate hop profile, red in color.
But
it's kind of like a basic.
How red
it's
is
a basic ass
how
beer.
red is amber?
I know an amber. She's very redhead.
Is she very redhead?
Mm-hmm.
Very red.
Mm-hmm. So if I want another red beer, a little more, I want a red beer that's more hoppy than say the Irish red. Yeah, I think would be a good goal. So maybe 9 pale malt, pound of Munich. Crystal 80, 2 ounces roasted. If I want to go like red, roasted or midnight wheat for just color, like Cold Steep could be
color. Speaking of color, the color amber is a pure chroma color.
Yeah,
it is 255, 192, and 0.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool.
What do you think about are there any standout like ambers in your land, in your landscape, or beer drinking history? I guess is better.
What was that bitter face one? There was a bitter face amber.
I don't remember that one.
Nope. Was it a butthead amber? Butt face amber?
I remember I remember the bitter beer face commercial. It was like a Miller Lite.
Yeah, no. This is a beer around a local here.
Okay.
Yeah, nice red. Bitter. Yeah, I can't.
Bitter
remember.
red.
I don't know. Bitter face
rain
red.
or. I remember the North sounds like "Here's your damn amber."
Yeah, here's your damn amber, because he didn't like it either.
Yeah.
He'd never brew it. I'm not making this. And
fucking got to sell some goddamn beer, though.
So many complaints,
Yeah.
He had to. I mean, I had to make... Dude, I made the brick... that was my amber ale, and the brick came from the Mac and Jack's clone.
Okay.
And I just slowly changed it to the way I liked it, the way I thought it should be.
What'd you do for the brick?
I can't even remember. It was like it was a 120 crystal, though. I think maybe I used a little bit of 80 and a little 60 or something like that.
The Mac and Jack clone. That's pale malt.
Had some wheat.
It's pale malt
Had some wheat in it.
So it's usually Maris Otter, Munich, Crystal 80, and Carapils.
Yeah, no Carapils. I used 40% wheat, I think.
Oh, a little wheat beer in it. Mm-hmm. I mean, like it makes it nice, kind of like soft and approachability.
Yeah,
wheat beers like they make friends easily.
I sold that. I sold so much of that. I mean, people would come in there and be like, "Dude, you have the brick?" I'm like,
"The brick,
it's out." They're like,
Later, we're out.
Later, I'm out of here. And I'm like, dude, I got other beers. They're like, that's my favorite. No, I had a guy come in and be like, all right, I'm not going to drink any other beer except the brick. And if you don't have it, I'm just going to like drink water or something. No, he's cool. He'd come in and hang. But.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Like you go into making beer as your profession, whether you're a brewer or brewery owner. Like it's one thing to be the best brewer or make a killer recipe that you love. You still have to sell that fucking beer. Like, and your job is to sell
beer,
lots of beer,
sell beer to the people.
Yeah. And if the people are screaming for your tangerine or watermelon or bullshit wheat, you're gonna make a lot of fucking wheat beer.
You are,
yeah. Same with your amber. Same like you're gonna have your crowd like 40% of the marketplace is drinking IPAs. But they're not in your brew house every day.
Right.
Who's in brew house every day? Mom and Pop, like, shit around the corner, like, and she just, little Betty Sue loves that goddamn amber. Can't go fucking out of stuff. Out of that shit.
We had my house IPA. It was called K22 IPA. Everybody loved it. But, I mean, we didn't brew it. It wasn't on tap all the time because we were rotating and And if I didn't have an IPA, I would buy some from one of the other local breweries. I'd buy bottles from Albemarle, or I had even from Lagunitas. I had a little something in the IPA. I had a rep come into my place, and he'd bring that in. So I had IPAs, so I could concentrate on other things, like Mac and Jack's clone, like the Brick and like the Ox.
Was it a little different
like
scene because you're in Mexico as far as like the IPA penetration in the marketplace?
Yeah. Not as many IPA drinkers. Everybody wanted something lighter because it's 72 and sunny there all the time.
Yeah.
So you want something that you can go and drink. I mean, Mexican lager is what everybody's drinking. And so when I came in and presented some light beers with some other flavors,
what was the local Mexi lager, like the closest brewery, like macro for the Mexi lager? Like was it like, because I know like we talked about like Estrella, but that's in Jalisco. That's like a very regional. The Pacifico is, I think, the mainland,
probably
not on the Baja, but
Tecate.
Tecate,
Yep.
yeah.
I think Tecate was brewed in Mexicali, I think, or it could have been brewed close to there. Yeah, somewhere right around there. Tecate. Oh, I used to sell a ton of Tecate.
That was never. I never really liked Tecate, but I'd drink it over.
Corona?
What's the X? The
Dos Equis.
Dos Equis.
Oh, I love Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Dos Equis is a little more bite on it. It's got a little more of a Czech
which one's in the
style.
green bottle?
That's Dos Equis.
Yeah, the green bottle one I would drink.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, you like that?
The with the michelada on the beach, like the OG hangover cure.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking.
It's
good.
more like it's closer to a Czech lager.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more dark, a little tiny bit more darker.
I loved like Negro Modelo.
Yeah.
Like
Modelo,
Modelo,
wow.
but I like the black. Like that one was fucking good.
That's even an amber. That's an amber Mexican lager, really.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there's
they call it black, but it's not black.
These like clone. Like I have a recipe for like a Shiner Bock. Like we're gonna call the
black
eye Bock, right? Like we'll just put there's got to be some of these clone recipes. We got to do some of those things. So back to the beer. 8 pounds, pound of Munich, Crystal 80. Little roast for color.
Right.
I wanted a little nuttier finish, so I think a little Victory is going to go.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Really, I think it would go really well.
How many pounds? 3, 4?
Half a pound of Victory. I just want want an
tiny?
edge, because I don't want it to be a dominant. If I go too heavy with a nutty flavor and it's a darker hue, it immediately gets it goes into that brown category.
Yep.
Like you start associating a little heavier over there,
right?
And I want it over here. I want it to still live in that amber land,
in the world
landscape.
of amber.
Yeah,
I like that amber land.
Amberland.
Hey, I think you just named your beer.
Redheaded beer. Redheaded beer. Redheaded beer.
Amber land of the redheads. Amber land of the redheads.
Yeah. So Anchor Steam had like a solidly like Northern Brewer hop bill for the Fidalgo Fog or the Anchor Steam.
You
clone.
mean all they used was Northern Brewer?
Northern Brewer.
That's it. All right.
It's a clean, nice like 8.5% alpha, 8.5 to 9%. Like it's a punchier one.
Right.
But it does have kind of this like cool minty character.
Yeah.
I dig
you like
it.
that?
I do dig it. But I think for this beer, maybe bittering with the Northern Brewer would be just fine. 8.5% should give me like 35 IBU range. And
That'd be
gallons.
good. That'd be about appropriate.
Yeah. 1 ounce of that would pretty much handle that trick. 30, 35.
We don't need much hop aroma, but I still think we should put a little bit in the end. And what about flavor?
For flavor and aroma additions, like if citrusy, like we're going American Amber, citrusy U.S. hops are, it's tough. Like that was like the default flavor descriptor for the U.S. hops.
What, Cascade?
Was like, Cascade, right? Like citrusy hops for U.S. You had herbal for UK. You had the noble varieties for Germany. And that was kind of the thing. But now you have, hell, even the Germans have some citrusy forward hops, and so they got them in the UK too. Like everybody's chasing the fucking neck, the same fucking nickel. But Cascade, like, you can't really go wrong with Cascade.
No.
It is the
Now,
blue jeans of
how
hop.
much hop flavor do we want in this, really? You don't want too much.
Moderate to, like, I don't...
low.
Yeah, moderate to low. I want it to, I want it to have a little bit. Maybe it would be like a 15-minute edition, so some would fuck off,
That's what I was
and some
going
would
to say.
stick around. Yeah.
15 versus a 20.
Yeah.
Because there could be
But no
differences in
flame
there.
out, no late edition, big late edition kind of stuff.
Unless you want that hop aroma. I mean, like that bam hop aroma, just throw a little bit in there at the very end of the whirlpool before it gets too cold.
Maybe split it 15 and late
There you go.
for that kind of thing. Or 1 ounce of each. Like, it'll take a brew. It'll take a brew succession. We speaking of brewing it, we did do. I released I sort of did a beta release for the pilsner we came up with 2 weeks ago. I put that recipe out there for everybody to see. And
Have you sold any?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
what I'm trying to do is sort of like a beta release. Like, I'm going to brew it. I'd love to get some other brewers to come in and check it out, and then have everybody back for, a release party or a tasting party. We'd do like an after hours sort of, maybe on a Wednesday we'd just do the show at the shop instead of in the studio, and we just get everybody out and like bring their beers and we'll talk about what worked and what didn't work, so we can make a great product that we can put out there.
When is a good time to come in and brew? Like you say, you need to have some other brewers come in and do it. After you do your first one, then you can have somebody else come in and make one.
So if somebody wanted to come in today or tomorrow, they'll beat me. Like, I don't have the brew day on the calendar yet. I need to. Might be next week. Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
But I mean, I could just come in. I
You could come in.
call
Like,
you, hey, Ben.
Yeah, if you wanted to. Like, your way around a brew house.
You need this recipe made. I can come in at...
Do it anytime.
11?
Yeah.
11 in the
even
in
if
the morning.
if someone's there, you can brew on it.
That's a 7 hour.
You know your
that's
way
a
around a brew
7 hour day.
stand. So,
That's a 7 hour day. I could, if I know my house, my brew house, I could probably do it in 5 hours.
Sure. 7 hours, I could do 2 batches on our setup, but like you gotta. Oh, you're gonna stare at this, go like, well, okay, these hoses go where, and like somebody will be there who knows how to use that. Like,
Well, that's not hard.
No, but it's just still one of those like mental arithmetic moments where you're like, okay, I'm gonna go for the hot loading tank. We're gonna go through the pump, and like this valve is gonna go fucking over here to the batch done.
Yep.
Like, does it pour? Oh, is that valve on? Fuck, damn shit. You turn it on and it's leaking all over the floor now. God damn. Like, we've all been there. But so you have to do that 3 times.
That should be foolproof, though. I mean, there should never be a chance that you can undo one and then, you know what I mean?
You know what? Murphy was listening when you said that, didn't you? You realize that, don't you?
I think Will Kemper probably made the best he could at not fucking up a beer in any way, because you can go into Chuck and Nut's brew house over there at Chuck and Nut by the Skagit airport, South Nut, and his whole system is automated, everything.
Oh yeah,
You just sit in a desk and do it. You do nothing. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is brewing by pushing buttons.
Yep.
But that's how Budweiser does it. That's how all those guys do it.
That's what it takes.
The big huge shit.
Man, he doesn't let his beer touch oxygen ever.
Yeah.
And
he's got a pretty good program over there.
And he has the spunding valves that he carbonates naturally. He doesn't even have to use that much CO2 come pumping in,
Right, like,
that's the way to do it.
He used to make so much fucking carbon dioxide, capping a third of that to carbonate your beer on the way.
Yep.
Damn.
There's going to be a time, I think, in this industry when somebody's going to come and go, "Hey, we've got new regulations that you're pumping out too much CO2 in this fermentation, and we need to capture that."
Right.
I've thought about this for a long time.
I mean, compared to other industries, but it's carbon. There is an amount of carbon release.
Yeah, you'll have a blow off into another little machine that is going to blow off into the machine. And the machine's going to pump and separate that CO2
through a compressor to pack it into some other vessel.
And then hey, you need any more CO2? No, I've got everything I need. Now I can sell my CO2.
And and some of the interesting thing about like CO2 is so much CO2 comes from like oil and gas refinery. The stuff you've got, in your tank right now came from oil and gas.
From them, that's their byproduct.
It really is. And so when like some of those plants go on, so you see like CO2 shortages is usually because there's a plant in that local area that's on a shutdown cycle, and they're not producing a lot of that tank.
Got it.
Which is interesting. Yeah, I was talking to the folks out of Central Welding who supply my CO2 and service all my tanks.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we've got contracts with everybody, so we're never have a problem. Like they just go get CO2 somewhere else. Might go 5 minutes farther, but like you might pay a little extra fuel surcharge. Like
how many refineries we have around? 3?
Yeah. And then more
like
there was
north.
like during the pandemic there was some volatility, and it's gone up from like $16 on a refill to like 25 now. So like it's gone up.
Yeah,
and shit hasn't really gone down because I don't think it ever really does.
No, everything's gone up. I mean, every single product.
But that was cheaper than like you see. I've seen like ads for like air gas and stuff like that for CO2, like $50 swaps. I was like, damn,
for a
5-pounder.
5 pound. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like that's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, because they don't have the contracts. So I want to go over this recipe one more time. Make sure we're hitting all the moments. We got 8 pounds of pale malt, pound of Munich. That's going to give us about 4.5. Yeah, which is pretty. It's a decent little target. I want something I'm going to drink 4 of. Pound of Crystal Lady, little 2 ounce roast. That gets us definitely into red territory.
Yep. Good color.
Little victory.
For a little bit of that.
And I'm going to play around with that. Right now, it's at half a pound.
A little bready, like that crunchy taste.
Yep. Yeah, I like that. Northern Brewer for bittering at 60 minutes, and it's Cascade.
How many? 1 ounce?
1 ounce of Northern Brewer.
Good.
And that's going to put us in that 30-35.
Good for our amber.
Yep. Cascade, if I do that, that'll be probably like a 15-minute addition. If I did an ounce at 15, I would get pretty decent
aromas and a little bit of
flavor.
Yep.
And in a simple little
a
simple package.
Hey, maybe just pinch a little out and throw into the end.
2112 yeast will be the preferred. That is the American lager strain, that steam beer strain I like. But
is that Rush 2112? Rush?
It should be.
Yeah.
I think that would be excellent. 3470 as a dry yeast lager strain would do amazing.
Yeah, now
1056.
1056 is going to be the workhorse.
Yeah,
you're not going to get. It's going to be pretty straightforward as far as the aromas, neutral aromas and flavors from the yeast. Mm-hmm. Now, the 2112, is that going to be kind of like a fruitier ester, or
it is not as attenuative as
so it's going to leave a little bit of sugar behind.
SO5 or 1056. And I think, but it's not
sweetness.
like it's not like sugar bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a little so rather than finishing at 10-10, it'll be
10, 11 and a half, 10, 12,
15 or something.
Okay.
Like, and it's not horrible. It's like still beer.
15. I don't quite like 15.
If you got enough bitterness to balance it.
I like. Yeah, I got
10-15 with 35 IBUs is
I'm always losing some of that alcohol when it's up that high.
Right. So mash temperatures might be to counter that. If we go a little lower mash temp, 151.
Ooh, now we're thinning it out, and has added sweetness to it. Yeah,
to boost it back up.
There we go.
See, it's all in
the numbers, right? Yeah. I know it. That's what we're talking about.
I think, Amberland, redheaded beer. Something in there. I think I liked what you said about the Fidalgo.
Redheads.
Maybe we'll just keep the Fidalgo Fog as the steam beer clone, and
then we can work on that too.
Yeah,
add a little more.
Not a hazy, and then we'll put it in the tagline. Not a hazy.
This is fog, not hazy.
Yeah. Very good. I think that's going to be a wrap for today. We did not get to the IPL. We'll do that next week.
We don't have time for an IPL today. I mean,
not today. We've got an hour broadcast.
We always just use all of our time on a beer and
good.
talk everything we can talk about.
I hope you guys like it. It's been kind of fun this last couple of weeks to just sit and talk about the kind of beer I want to drink.
That's right. This is always kind of beer I want to drink.
Yeah, making me thirsty.
And we talked about kind of beer we don't drink, but we needed to make because others wanted to drink our beer.
Very important.
That's important. Yeah. It's super cool to see somebody else enjoy your beer and go, hey, I love this beer, and you're just like, that beer sucks.
Very good, thank you. Yeah, there's a moment there. Yeah.
I make it for you, not for me.
Well, thanks for all for joining us. We'll be back again next week. We'll make some more beer, make some more. I'm
almost done with this beer.
Yeah, well, we're about out of show too. So
out of the show, out of the beer. Yeah. Here, one last sip here.
We'll see you next week on the Beer Craft Homebrewing Podcast.